Hello, this is Steve from Great Lakes Boats and Brokerage, and I am bringing you a 1969 46 Matthews 46 flush deck motor yacht. This boat has always been in Port Clinton, Ohio. The hull was designed and built over in Great Britain, shipped over here. The boat was finished here in Port Clinton, and it has been in the Cleveland and Port Clinton area for its entire life. The current owner has taken wonderful care of the exterior. The striping toward the bottom of the hull is fantastic. The bottom paint is in great shape. The next part of the project would be the wood trim that you're looking at there that does need to be sanded and refinished. That's the next part of the project that would be going on. But the rest of the hull is already done. It's shiny. It looks good. As we move down the starboard side here, you will see the shore power inlets along with the water inlets for your city water. This is also duplicated on the port side. If you had to dock on a different side. Moving toward the aft here, you can see again the striping and the fiberglass is all in very, very good shape. Your canvas is in good shape. There's nothing ripped, there's nothing torn, there's nothing beaten. Again, the wood trim around the decking is part of the next project, and we'll get a quick look at the swim platform there. The swim platform is solid, though it does need refinished. We are now looking back up along the starboard side here, and we'll take a quick walk around the deck, passing the shore power inlets. As we move to these tow rails across the top here, there's a little bit of the caulk right there, kind of where I'm pointing, that seems to be cracking. That might need to be resealed. We move forward here. This is just giving you a good look of the anchor area and also of the wood trim area that does need to be refinished. Looking back toward the front of the boat with a nice seating area out there. This fiberglass is all solid. I hit it with a moisture meter. I'm not a surveyor, but there was no excessive moisture readings here. You can see as we look down along the port side here, there you can see the optional port side hookups. Looking toward the windows, the horns, your radar, your spotlight, your anchor light. Everything is all set to good there. A little bit of cracking around the striping around the windows. We'll explain a little bit more about that inside once we see that. But these rails here, these metal railings here on each side probably need to be where they attach probably need to be rebedded and resealed. The boat is clean, has been washed, and we are finishing our deck walk around. In the flush deck area, we have a nice seating area, plenty of room for some chairs, table. Now here you can see the wood has already been refinished. You can see that is done, and there's a hatch right here. That if you open this hatch, it leads to a big storage area toward the aft deck. But you can see from the isinglass, it's not that cloudy. You can see outside. Glass windows. The headliner showing no signs of leaking. There's your marine electronics overhead. Underneath the windows here, you may not be able to see too well on the video. There was a leak under there at one point. Those windows might need to be rebedded at some point. You saw some cracking on the outside there. Might not be a bad idea to consider that in the future. But there's your helm station with the electronics, some of which are older, but they do work. There's your helm seat. As we move around the corner here, we get a chance to see the main electric panel and some of the older electronics. We have storage underneath the helm seat. We have storage on the starboard side there. And we have storage underneath the helm seat on the starboard side as well. There's a nice little pull-out drawer underneath the helm seat. As you can see, the top here, the headliner, and the hard top across the back here, no signs of leaking or anything there. That's all very solid and all in very, very good shape. Isinglass is good. Now we move down. We'll take a quick look at the engine compartment here before we take you through everything else here. The owner is currently in the middle of an oil change, so if you see some oil change supplies in here, don't let that alarm you. That's normal. That's perfectly fine. You can see the generator there. That is a much newer generator. That is not the original. These engines run strong. They run good, under 1,000 hours. And they're Cummins diesels, so that's barely broken in for them. Here's a good look at your engine compartment. All right, as we step from the flush deck and walk down the steps into the main salon area, there's a carpet. Underneath this carpet here is where your engine compartment is. You have pull drawstring drapes on either side. You just have a couch in here. This boat is, I would call it mid-restoration. The owner was in the middle of restoring this here when he decided to get rid of the boat for other personal reasons. So he wanted to make sure that we sold it before it got, so the new owner could customize it the way that they want. You have storage and a stereo cabinet under here on the starboard side. And as we move over to the port side, which has its own air conditioning unit, we have another little storage compartment over here. There is a sofa in there. There's your steps from your walkway down to the from the bridge. So you can see you have a nice big open salon area here, and we move into the galley with a stove, an oven, double bowl sink, two refrigerators. Two refrigerators here, both of them new just a couple years ago. Two of them underneath the counter there. Both are working. Here I opened the drapes just so you can kind of see how much natural light does come into the boat. So you do have plenty of natural light, if you like that. Some of the windows do slide that you can pull screens along, and they are 1969, so they may stick a little bit, might have to work on the tracks a little bit, but they do open. Moving to the forward cabin here. Sleeping quarters port and starboard. Hatch screen to the bow. Looking at the forward berth head and shower area. As you can see around the headliners here, I'm not seeing any signs of staining or anything like that. That's a good sign. There are two little stains in the salon area, port and starboard. I think those are coming from those railings that I pointed out earlier that may need to be resealed. Now as we move aft, we'll walk down into the aft master stateroom. There is your master head area, electric head, shower area there. That's not lighted right now. We got a light on there. You can see the shower area. In the master stateroom here, we do have some closets. In your aft stateroom. And here we're getting a look at the two beds, port and starboard. You'll notice this little hatch door. There's your nice your windows. This little hatch door here. If you pop that open, you look in there. It's kind of hard to see right now, but there was that hatch up on the flush deck. This is an access from the flush deck that anything you put in there, you can access from down here. There's also an access on the starboard side as well. With the curtains there, you can open those for a little more natural light. All right, we will start moving. There's no carpeting in the aft cabin right now. You can customize that however you want. And we're back into the stateroom. This is our 1969 46 Matthews.